If you want to check out different content from myself, I've just set up a second channel where I'm going to post fitness and things. The link for that will be in the description. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. I actually wanted to do almost like a generation's favorite player video. I might have to do that later tonight, but the problem is, for whatever reason, all the sites that you use to download YouTube videos are not working right now. So I'm having to do it the other way around. So this is going to be, in essence, a FIFA 21 ratings prediction video. However, with what rating I believe the player will be, I will show you a glimpse of their first ever card as well. And we'll talk about their first ever card a little bit. Just to see sort of the progression, if you will. I mean, I could show you every single card that they've got, but a lot of these players have been around since FIFA 10, so it's going to be very difficult. Speaking of which, the first player we're going to talk about is the player that's just been given a 95 flashback, and he now has moved, of course, to Inter Miami from Juventus, and that is MATUIDI. He kicked off his Ultimate Team career in FIFA 10. It's not really accurate, though, because for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, sites like Footbin and what have you, they only go back to FIFA 10, even though Ultimate Team was in FIFA 09. So I don't really get that, but the earliest we can go back, FIFA 10, he had a 77 rated card, was a CDM. It doesn't actually say who he played for there. I think it's Saint Etienne is who he played for. Then, of course, he moved to PSG. Ready for the 2012 season, maybe. And then, of course, he was there for a long time. He got so many crazy good cards. Team of the seasons, informs everywhere. He might even been a team of the year at one point. Of course, he had that Movember, man of the match cards and what have you. And then when he moved to Juventus, he got given a footies card. And he was given a Footmas card in FIFA 19. And this year, of course, he's had himself a season objective in form and now the flashback. I think he'll be 83 rated. I think moving to the MLS will have downgraded him a lot. I don't actually know if he played that much for Juventus season just gone. I didn't really follow Juve. And, of course, the whole interruption of the league kind of threw me off completely. But I think he'd be around 83 rated, coming down from an 85. If he'd stayed in the same league, maybe he'd have been bumped down by 1, but I think the move to the MLS is going to have downgraded him by at least 2. Up next, we're going to talk about Gareth Bale, and we're going to talk about another player who I believe will be downgraded. And I think half rightfully so, half not rightfully so. Whichever way your bread is buttered, really, right? If you're Welsh, you're on Gareth Bale's side. If you're a Real Madrid fan, you're obviously against Bale for some reason. I know a lot of people are going to be like, what do you mean for some reason? He's so disrespectful because he will put other things first. He puts Wales first. He puts golf first, for example. But you have to see it from his point of view. And what Zidane has done is literally just alienated him from the entire squad to the point now where he doesn't care. And I would be in exactly the same situation. I'd be... And he's quite petty with it. I think he's more than happy to stay at Madrid and waste their money because they have to pay him. They have to give him the money that he's obviously contracted to, and he's going to put in the smallest amount of effort possible. And you can't really blame him, but at the same time, he is kind of wasting his career just being sat on the bench. I think he's just enjoying the golf and the sunshine, being paid for it, and then just sort of phoning it in, which I guess is, it's up to him, I suppose, but I think he's going to retire after he leaves Madrid. I think once his contract runs down, I think it's the end of next season, I think he'll just stop altogether because he clearly isn't that bothered anymore. He could easily have forced a move away, but he hasn't done. He started life off in FIFA 10 as a 76 rated left back for Spurs, which is just mad. And then, of course, when he moved to Real Madrid back in 2013... he was an 85 rated card, got several informs, got a team of the season. He's had a team of the season, I think, twice. FIFA 14, FIFA 13, had countless informs, footies cards, international cards as well, back in 2016, of course. And loads of other cards along the way. Team of the Year nominees. And then finally, highest rated cards. 95 rated, I think, is his highest rated card that he's ever had. Oh no, he had a 95 rated inform, actually, back in FIFA 18. But and in FIFA 16, actually, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But, okay, equaling his highest rated then, should we say. His season objective card, which, unfortunately, I'm never going to get to play with, because by the time I actually get it, the new game will be out and I won't care. But I think they'll downgrade him for sure. 83 for Gareth Bale. Let's move on now and talk about a player who started life off in FIFA 13 as a bronze card. We're talking, of course, about the Hulk, Leon Goretzka. And I call him the Hulk. If you looked at images from him in January, he looks like a 15-year-old boy. Like, he's so thin. I think he's about 6'2". So, obviously, he's a tall lad. And he was very thin. Not like dangerously thin or anything, but he just didn't really have an awful lot of muscle on him. If you look at images of him now, unreal. He looks like Captain America. It's crazy. Whether that's natural or not, who knows. But it's not for me to say. What it is for me to say is what rating I think he'll be. I think he'll retain his 84 rating. I'm not going to go overboard. I think he will have a little bit more physical on his card, but I think he'll still be an 84 with the potential to go to an 85 in January should he play well. And I think he's going to get a lot more game time. Now that he's upped his fitness level, he's upped his physique, he's going to offer a little bit more in the midfield. If Thiago does leave, it's obviously going to leave a gap for Goretzka to fill. So I'm thinking he'll get a lot more game time. I'm actually putting a little bit of faith in Goretzka because I've picked him up on the index as well. If you don't know what the index is, by the way, link down below. It is a football stock market, 18 plus. Do not try and sign up to that unless you're 18 because they will check and you will end up losing your money. But if you are 18 plus, I highly recommend it. It is so much better than traditional gambling. Advert over. He came from a 59 rated bronze up through a couple of silver cards, and then in FIFA 16 got his first gold card, hasn't looked back, and he's been in and around that sort of 82, 83 rating ever since, until of course this year when he was given an 84 rated card. He's had man of the matches, informs, Champions League cards everywhere, and of course I think he will be the same rating in FIFA 21, but very close to that 85. Let's talk about Manchester City's brand new signing, FERRAN Torres. We have to go all the way back to FIFA 19 for his first card. That's right, last FIFA was his first FIFA, and he had a 73 rated silver card. I'm sure most of you wouldn't have known that, because why would you have? I didn't know it either, I had to look it up. But this year, he was given a 75 rated non-rare. He's been given this 94 rated new sort of premium SBC card because he's joined Man City. It's not for anything that he's done. He hasn't got any other special items at all. Not even a token summer heat card or anything like that. So I can't imagine he'll go up tremendously. So I think I've been quite generous, and I'm going to give him an 80 rated card. Now, maybe I'm not being generous enough. It is, of course, a relatively big money move to a massive club. But are EA really going to give him like a +6, +7 just for making a transfer? Because he hasn't done anything to show that he deserves to be 85, 84 rated or anything. So I've gone conservative and I'm going to give him an 80 rated card. He might push 81. Any more than that and EA are drunk. Up next on my list is Memphis Depay. I remember back when he used to play for PSV, back in the, 2014 or so, thereabouts, and he was linked with a move away so many times, and everyone thought he was going to be this sort of next big thing. Then he did eventually get his move, and it was to Manchester United. He didn't really... I mean, he wasn't bad for Manchester United, but he wasn't great, right? And then when he moved to Lyon, all of a sudden turned into this just phenomenal player. And then it took him maybe a season to get really up and running. And then in 2018 and during FIFA 18, he was on fire. He had a Halloween card, Scream card. He had a fair few informs. And then he got himself a team of the season. And that was absolutely no different going in through FIFA 19 as well. Had a January upgrade, decent UCL card, couple of informs, League SBC card, got himself a big flashback card as well. Interesting that they gave him a flashback card and made it 93 rated, because the only time he's ever come close to that rating was actually the previous FIFA, so they were clutching at straws there really. But this season has been interesting for DEPAY, because he was on fire for Lyon until he did his ACL, and then that put in doubt whether he was going to be available for the Euros, and of course whether he was going to be even ready for the season after. Luckily, he recovered unbelievably quick, but also, not luckily, because obviously it's ruined a lot of things, not just football, but lives. We had what we had, the pandemic happened, and it gave DEPAY time to come back. And now that the new French season has started, he has started very, very well indeed. And of course, he did have a 94 rated team of the season this year as well. Obviously, he's an 84 rated card. I would not be surprised to see him 85. I'm being conservative. I'm going 85, and it would not shock me at all if they gave him an 86, but I am going to go 85, and I think he would very, very firmly deserve that as well. We might as well talk about Robert Lewandowski. I mean, if you just look at the amount of cards this guy has this year, it would take you about an hour to reel them all off, so I'm not even going to try. I'm going to go back and have a look at his first ever card in FIFA, though. It was FIFA 10, and it was a silver. He was 71 rated and played for Dortmund. It makes for very poor reading, that card. Absolutely shocking. Next FIFA 11, no special items, 76 rated card. FIFA 12, 77 rated card, no special items. And then he became a man, because he was boosted in FIFA 13 to an 83. Got himself an inform, man of the match, team of the season. And then every single year since FIFA 13, he has had a team of the season. And rightfully so, because the guy is magnificent. How EA thought, an 89 rated card in FIFA 20, that makes sense. Let's go back to FIFA 19 for a second. He was given a 90 rated card. He had 4 informs, 91, 93, 94, 95. He had a 91 UCL, he had a 92 UCL, and he had a 98 rated team of the season. And then next year they've decided, because he's older, he's obviously going to be worse, so we'll downgrade him. He's just had his best ever season. So I very much hope that the people who do ratings and have been doing it for years, and obviously look at people's age and go, right, well, we'll downgrade him then because he's older. That means he's going to be worse. I'm hoping that they've been sacked, they've left, they've had an epiphany or whatever it may be, and Robert Lewandowski is upgraded to the 92 rated card that he deserves. I would argue that he deserves even higher, but there needs to be room above him for upgrades, informs and whatever. So 92 rated is what I want him to have, not what I predict necessarily. I actually think they're going to give him maybe a 90, but I think he deserves 92. Let's talk about a brand new signing for Milan, and that is going to be TONALI. I thought Inter were in for this guy, but I think Milan have won it. Now, I'm commentating this, and I will research it properly after, but I'm pretty sure yesterday I saw that Milan, as in AC Milan, had hijacked the move and had confirmed the transfer, and everything was more or less a done deal subject to a medical. I'm pretty sure that's what I read, and it was from a credible source as well. I forget his name, but it was a very credible source in European transfers. So, correct me if I'm wrong, that's what's going to happen. I will do proper extensive research on this before I actually make the card. So if you're seeing an Inter card in front of you, I got it completely wrong and he's actually signed for Inter, but I'm pretty sure it's AC Milan. Anyway, last FIFA 19 was his first card, 66 rated silver. Very, very poor card that I'm sure not many people knew about because, of course, they were in the division below as well. So it wasn't even like a League SBC silver. This year, he got given a 75 rated card. Then he was given a League SBC card. Then he was given a Future Stars, and deservedly so. But no other sort of performance-based cards given. I think he's going to go from a 75 to a 79. I don't think they'll up it too high. But, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did. I wouldn't argue with an 80-81, but I think a 79 is justified with obviously an aim to maybe upgrade him in January if he has a good season, which I'm sure he will. Up next, we're going to look at Jack Grealish, and I wasn't aware that Jack Grealish had been in FIFA for as long as he had done. I don't know why, but he was a transfer from, is it Notts County, to Aston Villa in FIFA 14. He was a bronze, 62 rated. And then, of course, in FIFA 15, 65 rated silver. In FIFA 16, 72 rated silver. FIFA 17 and 18, he was still a silver. And then in FIFA 19, they gave him his first gold card and he was 76 rated. This FIFA, 77 rated. Then a January upgrade. He's had 2 informs. He had a hero card. And then, of course, he was given a Team of the Season Moments, 92 rated. I think he'll get an 83 rated card in FIFA 21. Wouldn't be surprised if it was 82. But I've got a feeling 83. It depends, actually, right? Let's just say this. If he gets a move to Manchester United, 83. If he stays with Aston Villa, 82. And I know it sounds stupid, because why does it matter which club you play for? You're in the same league for a start. Surely you'd be the same rating. EA don't work like that. Big transfers, you get an extra 1 or 2 overall for whatever reason it may be. But I think he's going to... I mean, whether he moves or not remains to be seen. But I think he'll be 83 if he plays for United, 82 if he stays at Villa. But either way, should be a pretty decent card. I would imagine it would be a left wing. Let's talk about Ivan Rakitic, who has now been transferred back to Sevilla. I think 86 rated was about right. However, given the probably sheer lack of playtime more than anything else, and the fact that he's now quote-unquote old by EA standards, he is 32, 33, I reckon he'll go down to an 84 rated card now that he's moved back to Sevilla, which is really stupid. I mean, not that it would ever happen, but if he moved to Real Madrid, for example, they probably wouldn't have downgraded him at all. He's gone to Sevilla. Not that that's a downgrade, really, because I think Sevilla, unless Barcelona sign some players, Sevilla will probably finish higher than Barcelona this season, especially if Messi and Suarez leave. Of course, Rakitic is gone, and there's a few other players on their way out as well, so who knows what's going to happen there. However, Rakitic started life off in FIFA 10 as a 75 rated card. I think he was at Schalke then, same in FIFA 11, and then, of course, moved to Sevilla, 79 rated card, FIFA 12. Had himself a Team of the Season when he played for Sevilla in FIFA 14. Got a relatively high-rated Man of the Match card when he moved to Barcelona in FIFA 15. Got a couple of special cards in FIFA 16. Didn't get anything special in FIFA 17. FIFA 18 had an awful lot of that sort of Festival of Football nonsense that they did. And then in FIFA 19, got 1 Champions League card. In this FIFA, got absolutely nothing. So he's not really been that great for Barca last couple of seasons, and like I said, it's probably down to the lack of playing time, but I think they'll downgrade him to an 84. He should do well now. Eva Banega gone, of course, so he's going to come in there to fill Eva Banega's boots, but I think he'll do a very good job. That will do it for today's video. Like I said, I've kind of had to rush this a little bit because I did have something else planned, but unfortunately I tried to do that for ages. It didn't work. Couldn't download the videos for it, so I've had to switch it up a little bit. So I've kind of not put as much prep into this as normal, like what I would like to do. However, that is going to be the first one of these videos. If you want to see more of this type of thing, maybe with more players, a little bit less waffle, then feel free to let me know in the comments or by hitting the like button. Subscribe to the channel, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.